great South Florida weather allows us to enjoy our home's outdoor spaces all year round. Now, all we have to do is create the beautiful living areas to enjoy it in.
Hi, I'm Leslie Rojas and I'm the showroom manager of Judith Norman Outdoor Living. Welcome to our showroom. When you furnish your outdoor properly, you tend to use it more. So it becomes another space for you to entertain. So you don't necessarily stay indoor. People tend to want to go outside.
We'll show you how to create beautiful outdoor spaces for your home on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. The latest design trends have us looking at outdoor spaces, more like additional rooms in the home. And this is great because it not only increases our living areas, but opens up a world of design possibilities. Today, we have tips on setting up great outdoor gathering spaces, smart decor decisions for your balconies, the latest outdoor accessories, and so much more. We're here today at the South Florida Design Park at the Judith Norman Outdoor Living Showroom. And joining us is Leslie Rojas, the showroom manager. Leslie, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm really excited to share with our viewers about all things outdoor furnishings, accessories, what's trending. I mean, outdoor spaces are so big right now.
Right now they are. A lot of people are entertaining more outdoor. So they're really paying attention to what they see outside.
Leslie, so what is so cool about this whole setup right here where we're standing is it doesn't feel like an outdoor space, but it looks like beautiful indoor living room furniture.
Yes, and that's the look that we're trying to do now. It's so that you could use it more as another entertaining space. A lot of times people entertain indoor and forget about the outdoor, but nowadays people are entertaining more outdoor.
Absolutely, especially in the last year and a half. It's been the most popular area I feel like people are requesting is making the outdoor spaces beautiful and comfortable.
Correct.
So speaking of comfortable, let's take a seat and talk about the rest of the items here.
This is good for a covered area because it has so many cushions. Now, something like this has what we call a dry fast foam. It is a foam that is intended for outdoor use. Unlike the indoor foam, who could absorb water, this would allow the water to drain right through. Fabrics are also very important because when it comes to the fabrics, we use 100% acrylic fabrics. And the reason for that is because you need a fabric that could withstand the weather, that it could get rained on. That's very important. And the outdoor fabrics have taken on an indoor look nowadays.
So Leslie, it's not just about having the right sofa and chairs and tables, but really creating an outdoor room.
Yes.
Has to bring in all the elements of what you might have in an interior. And you've got a lot of great things going on here.
Yes, these are actually drainable planters. So you could actually put real plants in there.
Speaking of options, these beautiful swivel chairs. I mean, these also have cushions, easily removable, looks like.
Easily removable. Those are aluminum, which is a great option for South Florida.
Talk to us about the aluminum because that's going to be good in all elements.
That is correct. The aluminum could be totally exposed to the weather. It is easier to maintain. We also go ahead and bring out rugs. There's beautiful outdoor rugs, and the rugs are also made of acrylic yarn. So you could actually hose them off. They could get wet.
So these are fine in all kind of open areas just because of the materials it's made with.
Correct.
There's no thick foam. It'll dry.
You don't have, yes, it will dry eventually.
Yes.
But it can get wet.
Now you've got some other fun things behind us. They look like lanterns.
Yes, and you don't actually need to have a plug to have them in the space because they are rechargeable.
That is awesome. Not only do they look good, but when you think about completing an interior room, we always have accent lighting. This brings your accent lighting to your outdoor space.
And it gives you a little ambiance in the evening, so.
Absolutely. Well, Leslie, this was a great start to kind of creating outdoor rooms, but we've got a lot more to see, including balconies and some other things, and we are going to check that out when we come back. Coming up, smart decor decisions for your balcony on SoFlo Home Project.
I'm Tat with FHIA, and we're on a roof because we want to show why it's really important to have an in-home consultation to determine exactly what's needed to make the best decision when you're replacing your roof on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our tour of the Judith Norman Outdoor Showroom with Leslie Rojas, the showroom manager. Leslie, so before the break, we looked at some outdoor living spaces, but many of us live in condos where we have balconies or terraces, and those sometimes require different types of outdoor furniture.
Yes, Alena, and a big trend right now for balconies is something like this: bar height or counter height tops.
Now, why the higher table? There is a reason.
People who are in high balconies typically buy there for a beautiful view. They have beautiful views that they want to entertain in. If you go to the dining height, the railing is going to block that view. So people are going with higher top tables.
And now the table size itself. A lot of the times balconies may not have the depth, or they may have depth and then they get narrower as they continue. So smaller bistro style, the way to go?
Yes, a little more intimate also.
We have got a really great bistro table here. I mean, we talked about you have your bar height, counter height, but table height sometimes is perfect as well for a small space or even a larger one. This is a beautiful, like perfect size.
This is a great size for those balconies that are narrow. Now this is a resin chair, which is great for outdoor because no cushion required. So a lot of times clients are looking for something that minimal maintenance, and this is a good way to go.
Now, we have got swivel chairs. I think that's another great thing because, again, with the balcony, it's all about the view. It's all about being able to make it conversational and comfortable. So swivel chairs, big or smaller scale, a good option and a trend you're seeing?
Yes, this allows you the ability to look at the view or chat with each other. So very, very popular for balconies.
And there's some that are in a variety of sizes and scales, so you can find something that fits.
Yes, lots of options on swivels.
Leslie, so we have seen some great examples of great balcony furnishings, but when it comes to your outdoor furnishings, it's not just about the comfort and the style. It's about the materials, and on balconies, sometimes the weight.
Yes, if you're on a high floor, you have to take that into account when you select your furnishings for sure.
And we're going to kind of give more tips on that, on how to make that all work for you. But first, let's see what Tat Granata from FHIA has for us today.
So today we're on a roof, but it's another great example about why the initial home consultation is so vital to making sure you're getting the right project for what you're trying to accomplish. There were a lot of concerns with the roof when we came out to meet with the homeowner, and we talked about several different options, a lot of different materials, and different ways that we could install a new roof for the family. And they chose the Integrity Roofing System, and we're really glad they did. With the Integrity Roofing System comes all the necessary decking that needs to be replaced is included. So there's no additional charges, and this roof has required a lot of extra decking. We've already installed over 30 sheets, and there's been no additional cost to the homeowner. Another thing that we learned while we were here during the consultation was they never wanted to do this roof again. So when we went over all the different options and all the different warranties that were available, they found one with the Integrity Roofing System that doesn't have any loopholes and that they'll be fully covered. And the manufacturer provides a 50-year warranty with no gotchas. This is just such a great example for so many different reasons on why that consultation is so important, and also to make sure that the contractor you choose or the person that comes out to your home really comes up onto your roof and doesn't just look at a satellite image or a picture from the sky to determine what's necessary, because there's a lot of things about this roof that won't be caught from a picture from up above. Like, for example, this area right here, there's just a little bit of a transition here. Getting up here, you recognize what a vulnerable this area this could be and what's going to be required to ensure no water gets in here. And also get into the attic space as well so you can see things from underneath and address any areas that might be a concern. So make sure you do your homework when you're making this decision, and make sure above and beyond everything else that you know what all the charges are going to be. Really protect yourself and make sure you're getting exactly what your expectations are. Back to you, Alena.
Thanks, Tat. So Leslie, we want to talk about how to keep things from not flying off the balcony on higher floors. What are some of the don'ts when it comes to selecting furnishings and accessories for balconies and higher floors?
Well, one of the things I don't recommend is loose cushions or throw pillows, because if they're not attached, you're gonna end up losing them. A tie-down cushion is what we recommend. Also, things that have some weight to it. You can't go with anything that's too lightweight, because if you have
wind could pick it up.
Exactly, you got it.
Now, I want to talk about also finishes and sort of some of the fabrics for outdoors. What is this specific kind of rope-like look? It's squishy though, it's soft.
It looks like a rope, but it's actually fabric.
It's
it is
beautiful.
An acrylic fabric. Inside, it does feel squishy because inside there's a foam.
Nice. So it's
that's enveloped with the fabric.
So
yes.
acrylic fabric's great for outdoors.
Yes.
But sometimes you don't want to have a fabric, keep it even more low maintenance. You don't need cushions. Talk to us about
something
this.
like this would be best. This is a sling fabric.
Okay.
So it's vinyl. So it could actually get rained on here, like
water
as I
comes
mentioned,
through.
Water goes right through. No cushion needed or required.
Dries fast.
Super fast. You
That's
could go
what it's all
out there
about.
30 minutes. After it rains, not a problem.
So always a lot of things to think about when selecting your balcony furniture, but obviously from just this little sampling, there are a lot of great options.
That is true.
And we've got a lot of great options for additional outdoor furnishings and accessories to check out when we come back. Coming up next, we have tips and furniture inspiration to move your meals al fresco. In today's blistering hot real estate market, how do you know if you're getting a good deal or when you should walk away? We're here today with the real estate agent Julie Lurie to find out a little bit more. We are joined today by Julie Lurie of the Julie Lurie team with Compass. Julie, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you.
So right now, the market is on fire. The housing market here in South Florida is just hot, hot, hot. So what would your advice be to potential sellers?
My number one tip for advice for any person thinking of even selling their home would be to know where you're going. We're listing homes, they're flying off the markets with not enough time for sellers to even realize, okay, house, listed it, it's under contract, it's selling in a month, where am I going?
Right.
Yes.
Now let's flip it. What about for potential buyers? What advice do you have?
First and foremost, it is definitely figuring out your finances, figuring out where you are as far as your lending capabilities.
Okay.
Knowing what your credit score is, and then of course meeting with potential lenders to lend you obviously that money if you are financing.
So working with a realtor like yourself and members of your team, what does that bring to the table when someone is thinking about selling their home?
Great question. We get this a lot, and I would say the biggest would have to be leaving money on the table.
Okay.
A lot of people think that they know what their home is worth. They see, okay, my neighbor just sold their house for A, my other neighbor on the other side just sold their house for D, I'm gonna fall somewhere between B and C. Where in all actuality, we may be able to get you F or even Z.
Julie, being with Compass, such a well-established name in real estate, what other things can that bring to potential home buyers and sellers?
So what I'm able to offer with being with a large brokerage such as Compass is different marketing techniques to my clients. People don't realize that being in real estate, you are a market expert in marketing. That's really what this is about. So what was eye-opening to me to be with Compass is all of the different marketing techniques and tools that they offer me to then bring forward to all of my clients, whether they are buyers or sellers.
Julie, it's been so wonderful having you here with us today, sharing such expert tips with our viewers. But most importantly, how do they contact you or members of your team if they have some questions about potentially selling or buying a home?
The best way is honestly just giving me a call. My cell phone number is 954-618-9749. You can reach us on all social media handles at Julie Sells FL.
Julie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are here at the Judith Norman Outdoor Living Showroom with Leslie Rojas. Leslie, before the break, we talked about balcony furnishings and some of the smaller bistro tables that might be perfect for those spaces. But When you really want a big dining table, it's all about this type of table. Look at how many people you could see.
Yes, this table fully open, it's 142 inches, Alena, and it sits up to 14 people comfortably.
Wow.
When it's closed, it'll go to 94, and it still sits up to 10 people.
So we have talked about how outdoor spaces have become, you know, sort of the new indoor space. Additional living spaces, additional dining spaces. So for a gathering, this is perfect. But to bring it down for your day-to-day living and dining,
It's actually very easy.
let's see. Because gone are the days of some of these heavy leaves. This collapses in.
They store in, so you don't have to worry about where you're going to be placing those leaves. And one of the things that makes this table popular is that it has 2 leaves and they open up independently.
So you could even kind of keep it asymmetrical if you needed to seat a certain amount.
If you don't want to go all the way up to 14. And these chairs actually stack.
And it's all about that sort of convenience.
Correct.
Are there any other dining table options that you're seeing are trending right now for outdoors?
Extension tables for sure. Everybody wants extension tables. This being a ceramic top, there are other tables that expand that are high pressure laminate or HPL as they call them. They're also available in glass. And we used to see a lot of clear glass tops. Now they go more into a frosted glass,
Something a little different.
colored glass, it's even popular.
Nice. So, and with the ceramic too, there's a lot of different options. This is obviously a concrete look.
Color options are definitely available.
Now, a dining table in the indoor areas always usually has some sort of artwork or something behind it.
And so do we.
So let's talk about what these are and how they could be used outdoors.
These are resin casted oil drum lids.
So resin wall decor, perfect for outdoors.
And it's sculptural, which is a nice way to do art. You know, people always think of art as, you know, just a painting, but you could actually do artwork now, sculptural artwork.
So Leslie, I feel like what it comes down to is that it's all about this beautiful dining experience, from your furnishings to even your decorative aspects. You could even have planters and other things kind of creating and almost enclosing the space.
Yes.
Next, we look at the latest in outdoor accessories for the home on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're here at Judith Norman Outdoor Living Showroom with Leslie Rojas, the showroom manager. Leslie, so we have seen a lot of great outdoor furnishings, dining tables, kind of living area stuff, balcony furniture, but no room is complete without the accessories. No outdoor space either.
That's correct. We have some beautiful artwork again.
Very
Something
nice.
a little different, still sculptural, but bringing a little bit of the green, a little bit of the plants back in.
And we have got some pops of color going on over here. But before we get to that, the fire pit. That is like, I know it's hot in South Florida, right? And I feel like the usual general consensus is, I don't know if I'd ever use it, but there are cold
But you
nights.
do, you
and
do.
it looks good for ambiance. So let's talk about this and maybe other options of it as well.
Okay, this is a round option, but they do come in tabletops. They also come as tables. They come round, rectangular.
That's great. Do you think this is a very popular trend here?
Yes, it is.
Everyone wants that fire pit.
Everybody wants that ambiance.
So adding pops of color is always the thing, whether it's in a home or in the outdoor spaces. And a great way to do that.
Planters and even some stools. These stools are great because you can use them as seating. You can use them as side tables, multi-purpose, multifunctional.
And they're quite it's different materials we've got.
Different materials. The one that you're just touching, that's a resin
Yes,
base.
it's a little bit lighter.
It's a little bit lighter in weight,
felt
easier
that.
to move, easier to move. The ceramic stools are gonna be a little more weighty.
And even the planters definitely has a lot more,
Yes.
you feel the weight.
This is something that you could actually use completely exposed. So whether the sun hits it, rain, you don't have to worry about it.
So it stands up to all the elements.
All the elements.
And it could even be used indoors.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I feel like that's the flexibility of great pieces like that.
Yes.
Now, I would be very remiss if I did not talk about this. I mean, this is gorgeous. The outdoor swings, and you see this is becoming a big trend, but like something like this is really a showstopper piece.
Yes, it is. It's a big trend. They're very popular right now. This is an aluminum frame on this one, and this one has what we call a cage, but they're also available without the cage.
Okay.
For people who may have a beam and they want to hang them on trusses.
It's also, again, this is something we see a lot in beautiful hotels and things like that. And I think sometimes when you could bring that look of beautiful decor or somewhere you may have visited to your home.
And it's a
Such a nice
showpiece.
fit. So Leslie, I want to thank you for sharing with us today so many great things, so much design inspiration for our viewers.
So thank you for having us. It's great having you here.
Well, thanks again. And now let's take a look at what design inspiration we've got in store for you next week on SoFlo Home Project. How do you improve on a great Thanksgiving meal? With great decor, of course. We have ideas on how to give your table an extra touch of elegance. And I want to thank you all for joining us this week, and we hope to see you again next week for another episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloShows.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.